One of the things I've been dying to do at school for a long time is introduce some French flour, and it took me a little while to find a mill that I really felt had some fantastic values and made amazing flour. I found a mill called Foricher, about an hour and a half south of Paris. And two of those flours at first glance look very similar. They're both called T65s. The T65 is a classic French bread flour. The 65 is actually the residue that is left after burning a set quantity of flour. It's the amount of minerals that's left. So it's indicative of how much bran or alirone layer is left in the flour. Now these two flours are different in the sense that one is bio. Bio means organic, and it adheres to all of the organic rules, so there's very limited things that you can put on the field. And effectively it's grown very, very naturally, and it's certified organically. This one here, however, is a T65, which is CRC. And Guillaume's actually holding the camera at the moment, so he can help me out here. The CRC is a way of tracking your flour, if you like. And there's certain rules with it that really the farmers are allowed on soigner les plantes, which means they're allowed to treat the plants or the wheat if they're poorly and they need it. Otherwise they just leave it alone. It's completely traceable. And it's also, on dit le tracteur rouge aussi,
yeah.
It's also tracteur rouge, label rouge. Label rouge, c'est la bagatelle, which is a branding. And it's a very well-known way of tracing things back to the farmers in France. It's known very much in the supermarkets. It's a little bit like our red label tractor in the UK. Now both of these flours are what you call traditionnel. Traditionnel is a legal way of describing flour in France, and it's very specific. It means that if the miller decides to put any improvers in the flour, that they are naturally derived from plants. In the flour from Foricher, there are no additives. They mill the correct kind of blends of grain so that they don't need to put anything in. But just to explain in French, traditionnel, you can pick up flour. It's written into the 1993 Décret du Pain, which is the French bread law, and that effectively means that the flour can have things like added gluten in there. You can have naturally occurring enzymes, bean flour, soya bean flour, and anything that is considered derived. But I will point out just again that the Foricher flours do not have any additives. So what we've been doing with this today, and what we've got here, is we're making a very traditional fougasse, which is one of the recipes I've been developing as one of the classics that we will be teaching for our classic French sourdough courses here at the Sourdough School. And I hope that that kind of helps to clear up a little bit about what T65 is and the way it behaves. And I'm just going to ask Guillaume just to come over here, just to have a little look at inside the bags of flour. Tu veux venir voir qu'est-ce qu'il y a à l'intérieur? You can see. C'est beau, hein? C'est joli la farine, it's very pretty. And you can see, if I just take a clump out here, c'est pas sur le meule ça? C'est pas pierre à meule, no?
No, pas celle-ci.
These are roller mill, but you can see, just by my clumping that together, that it's still got a really kind of beautiful unctuousness to that flour. It's a really lovely flour. That's it.